Good morning, welcome to my humble abode. I'm going to take you through what I usually eat for brekkie. I've been super excited with my breakfast lately. Been smashing a yogurt, but like with a bunch, like a shitload of different fruit. Trying to get as much micros as I can, but for some reason just been really enjoying the yogurt fruit platter lately. So we're tossing up between banana, apple and some grapes this morning. A little bit before 6 a.m. this morning. Plan is to get into the gym, do some coaching. Gonna get a little bit of content with one of the professional rugby players, Charlie, who's come back in for his off season. And then we might get a little bit of admin done before we head off to the new facility and see if we can help out with painting.
Morning. Lunch? Yeah, boy. Nice, good rattle. Nice. Ribbit. Good. Let's go. Think about getting your center of mass over your foot a bit more.
Oh, is it a bit bad?
Yeah, it's just a little bit back. Rather than being back here and trying to get through. Step over. Alright, coaching and filming wrapped up for this morning. I've gone ahead and started to edit the video. While I was in the mood, I kind of figured out what sort of angles and things like that I wanted to hit. Found that a little bit easier rather than sort of waiting for the time that I forget on what to do. But we're gonna head over to Botany now and check up and see if we can help out with some of the painting. Mike has been doing all the hard things that Angus and I, who aren't skilled painters, can do, and I don't really want to be up too high on a ladder, so he's been doing great work this week, so keen to sort of give him a hand and help out. Before we go though, second coffee of the day, please don't at me. You might be thinking, what the hell, why are you filling it up with Billy's cup, which, shout out to Billy's, best coffee in Maroubra. A little trick of the trade, I reckon. Something to trick your brain. So we obviously have some instant coffee here, and I like to buy coffee out during the morning, but I don't like to buy too many out because I want to save some money, and I've got to feed my addiction somehow. So some pods and some instant coffee that we offer the members here go a long way in saving my own coin as well. But I feel like they don't really hit the same, obviously, as a coffee out. So something in my brain that works for me is put the instant coffee into the coffee cup that you get out, and I swear to God, I swear to you, it hits you harder. Caffeine works better in a coffee cup that you get out in public, so give it a try. Alright, we've just landed back at Botany HQ. We're going to see how Mike's doing the painting. Give him a little bit of a hand painting some walls. Super excited to see how it kind of looks at this stage. Still early days, but super G to sort of see what the transformation's kind of looking like. So come on in, let's do it. Here we go. Oh, starting to come together now. That's alright. Mikey's getting it done. Looks so good, makes such a difference. I'm liking how the lights are kind of popping off the black there. It makes a nice shiny appearance. And have a look at the ceiling here. Sheesh! Everyone's going to look tanned and jacked under these lights. Hell yeah. Complete that wall. All right, another day. This is Saturday on the fit out. So this is our sort of first big painting that we're going to be doing ourselves. As a bit of the A team is here. We've got Mark Rains over in the back corner there, aka Dad. We've got Star McGowan, and then we've got partner in crime Angus on the tools today. And look at how the walls are coming along. So we've almost completed the wall. You can kind of see what we've done compared to what Mike's done at the top, because the quality is completely different. But first coat things, it's a little bit patchy, but coming along very nicely. Loving how it's all starting to look. We've also done a little bit of the pump room as well. Down lights are looking extra pumpy now that the black is in. So gonna spend another few hours doing this wall. So the half of that wall that we've done here took about 5 hours to do. So the paint is just getting absorbed so much by this brick. We painted a little bit like at my place and at the previous Evolve gym, but it was all on like gyprock, whereas this brick is just, it's a different beast. You got to put your whole bussy in it, like Angus is doing right now. Getting a little bit of pressure, things are getting a little bit ugly, but things are doing well. All right, we're wrapping up. It's almost 6 o'clock here, Saturday night. We've got a modified A team now. Taylor's joined in, Angus's partner, and look at how it's looking. We've almost got through. I feel like there's more walls painted now than there isn't walls, so that's a good sign. But yeah, pretty stoked with how much we got through. Look at that wall, it's almost completely done. Big things happening. All right, captain's called for lunch, day 3 here of the painting test match. We've made some super good progress. Look at this, the first coat is pretty much done across the board of the main gym floor. Day 3 for us, me and Angus, day probably 8 for big sexy Mike over there. So super stoked with how it's looking. You know, some people say that black makes the gym look smaller or closes spaces in, but a lot of people have been commenting since we put up our posts on when we started painting it, how big it looks, even though it's painted black. So that's good signs. But the good thing about black is that it kind of makes everything else pop. So all the colors of like the plates, the turf. So super keen to start fitting this place out next week. For now, get this base level done. Once we've done this sort of ground floor, we can actually start putting some flooring down, as we don't want to sort of mess up the flooring or get some paint on the floorboards. Oh, sorry, not the floorboards, the gym flooring, I should say. So yeah, we'll keep pumping this out, finish this up today, and then we'll get on to the other nitty-gritty business. So just getting home after a big old 8-hour stint on a Saturday, and I think I'm going to order myself a big fat pizza to commend me efforts. But on the way home, nice little toot going on out there. On the way home, I was just thinking about how honestly the 8 hours just flew, and never in my life have I ever thought that I wanted to be a painter. And I don't think I would ever think about having fun painting, but as soon as the context is, I guess, building your dream in a sense, like building the thing that I've wanted for 10 plus years, and seeing that come to light, it honestly is so invigorating. It's honestly the best thing that I've done in my life is start a gym. And it got me thinking of like all the things that people would say when Angus and I would sort of tell people, hey, we're going to start a gym, we're going to do a gym for athletes, which never really has been done around here. Everyone thought we were a bit silly and dumb. And rightfully so. Honestly, running a gym, it's not the most profitable thing by any means, and it's not something that typically a lot of people make a lot of money and make a living out of. There's a lot of gyms that fail. There are a lot of personal trainers that quit after the first year, so it's not something that someone that takes for granted or lightly. But I think like anyone that just really, really obviously loves something and is super passionate about it, they're going to figure out a way to make it work. And even if we're, not the richest people by any means, the fact that we're doing something that we enjoy and that we get to live by every day, and doesn't really feel like work is what I'm trying to get at, right? It doesn't feel like work. It feels like we're just building upon something that we've sort of wanted our whole life, in a sense. And I feel like that's rich in itself. But I feel like, me and Angus always sort of joke, if we win the lottery or someone gave us $50,000, what we would do with it. Honestly, I'd just buy more gym equipment. Like, that's all I'd kind of think about and care about. So, it's really, really pumped. Why I'm sharing this is hopefully someone out there is watching this, and maybe they are thinking about, whether they want to make that next step in something, whether or not it's a business, whether or not it's something else that they want to sort of pursue, but they're worried about someone else thinking something or someone else saying something, or they think, a lot of other people have tried this and it hasn't worked, or whatever it is. As long as you love it and you're passionate about it, it probably will work. You'll probably put in the time, you put in the effort. You'll spend 8 hours on a Saturday painting and not going out that night out, and you probably go to bed early, whatever it is. But if it's something that you really like and you really enjoy, and if you're unsure whether you like it or whether you're not enjoy it. Someone said to me back in the day, do you think about it 24/7? Because that's kind of what made me realize that I love the gym, is because I thought about 24/7, used to watch YouTube workouts all the time, followed all these people on Instagram about working out, and I always was obsessed. I was studying it at the time at uni. I was trying to figure out ways in which I could make my workouts better, and which I could program better, and all these things. I was obsessed with it. So if that's something that you're always thinking about, a business idea or a venture or whatever it is, it's probably a good idea. You probably do it. There's probably not too many freaks out there like us. So hopefully this reaches the right person. If not, enjoy the little rant or enjoy the little spiel that I had here on a Saturday night. As you could tell, my mind has been peaking throughout the day. So I haven't really been speaking to anyone, just been painting the wall. So I've decided I'll just give a bit of a verbal garbage out on YouTube. But anyway, that's going to finish up this video maybe. We'll see. I'm not too good at the old creative when it comes to the different days and whatnot, but let's see. On to the next. We'll leave it there.